PerkyPlanes and RC here, operating at 2.4 gigahertz, and I'm going to just mix things up a little bit and talk about battery testers. And just want to kind of show you guys some of the battery testers and things that I use, as well as featuring this WattMeter as well, and how important those things are. So anyways, let me go ahead and step into things here. Now this is a very super common battery tester that I use. As you can see there on the left, it does all sorts of different lithium batteries, even nickel metal hydrides and NiCads, things like that. So, and then of course, for lipos, you just stick your balance lead over here, and it will then, of course, display. Let me get it plugged up here for you guys so you can see it. And it currently is set on lipo. So here you guys can see. You can hit the cell button, and you can go through each individual cell to check the voltage of it. It tells you the actual percentage of it. So, a super common battery checker tester that I would recommend. Let me skip over to this guy right here. Now, this one is super common as well. This one does pretty much a lot of the lithium batteries out there. So, life batteries, lipos, and so on. And one cool thing about these, and it pretty much does the same thing. As soon as you plug it in, it gives you the overall voltage of the battery, and then it then cycles through and shows you the voltage on each individual cell. Now, something cool about these, and I've seen guys do this before, is you can set a low voltage on it. Like, say you don't want your voltage to go below 3. Well, we'll just do the nominal voltage, 3.7 for a lipo. You could set this thing to say, alarm me if the voltage drops below 3.7. And it will start, having this really loud alarm to indicate your battery voltage is below that setting. And I've seen guys literally put these in their airplanes. They'll set the low voltage, alarm for whatever voltage they want. And they will leave this attached to the lipo and fly. And then as soon as they start hearing that alarm, which it's very, very loud, by the way, then it will actually then they'll actually know that it's good. It's a good time for them to go ahead and land. So, like I said, a very super good and handy battery checker as well. Now, these guys right here, just a FYI, these usually run about $5 to $10, I would say, and then the little one over here, I've seen them for just even a buck or two. So very inexpensive and very helpful. This one in the middle, that I want to show you guys. This is actually for measuring like 1-cell batteries. So I've got a sample like E-Flight 1-cell LiPo here, and there's connectors on both ends that you can use to plug in a 1-cell LiPo and check the voltage of it. So let me go ahead and I'll stick this guy in here so we can show y'all. Trying to remember which connector it is now. There it goes. So there you go. 4.16 volts is what that one is. So that was actually fully charged. I used it was going to use it here recently. So, and I think that one right there, that one's about $10 to $15 for that one. So, these are super handy and super inexpensive, and I highly recommend getting some sort of good battery tester that you can use at the field. The last thing here I want to show you guys is this WattMeter. I've had this thing for, oh gosh, a long time. I'd say probably 7, 8, 9 years. And it actually does have ports, balance ports here too, that you can use to check your LiPo and see what your voltage is. But what these are super handy for is if let's say you're testing out a new power system, you want to see what kind of wattage and amperage your power system is using. If you've got a certain battery, ESC, motor, and propeller combination. So that's what this thing is for. I used this way back when I had it was a balsa trainer that I was doing like an electric conversion to. And I went with the recommended power power options that people were recommending, so I went with that. And just kind of as a peace of mind, I had this WattMeter, and I was like, let me go ahead and just see how things are running with this. And honestly, it worked great. I mean, the ESC was a good match. The batteries were a good match. Prop, all that stuff. Found out I was using much less amps than what the ESC was rated for. So, but anyways, that's what these are really good for. So if you're going to test out a new power system and you want to see what kind of amps it's pulling and the wattage and all that kind of stuff, and maybe you're trying out different propellers to see how it's going to respond, get you one of these things. They are super handy for testing your power system before you get it up in the air and fry something, basically. I got this one from Hobby King many years ago. I think the price on this was right around $18 to $20, something like that. And I think I had to put my own ends on it. Had to solder on some XT60s to actually use this for my stuff. So, but yeah, again, like I said, $15, $20 is about how much this thing ran. So, but anyways, guys, there you have it. Just some, relatively inexpensive chargers and testers, or excuse me, testers that you can use to check and test your LiPo batteries, as well as this handy WattMeter as well whenever you're trying to test out some your power systems. So, but anyways, guys, that is all from me. I want to thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.